Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Today we will do the question answers of poem number 6, Amanda. In the previous lecture, I explained you the whole poem and we concluded that too much nagging is not good. Continuous and too much scolding is not good. It can affect the mental growth of a child. The child can become stubborn. One cannot force a child to inculcate the good habits. One cannot force a child to be civilized and have good manners. What is needed on the part of parents, that parents may keep in mind the child's psychology, the age group, the mood and the understanding level of child. So, one should know how to strike a balance between maintaining responsibilities and taking good care of a child. For this, what is needed? For this, love and patience is needed. For this, there is a need to change in our methods. So, all this we concluded. I also gave you few questions based on an extract to do. I will give the answers of those questions here so that you may tally your answers whether you have done your homework properly or not, rightly or not. First question was, is Amanda really sulking? Its answer, no, Amanda is not sulking. I told you the meaning of sulking. Sulking means angry. No, she is not angry. She just does not care about what her mother is saying to her. She is lost in her own dreams. Question number 2, why does the speaker call her moody? The speaker calls her moody because she is not paying any attention to her mother. She is lost in her own world of dreams. She is not, moreover, she is not giving any response. She is not answering to her mother. Question number 3, why does the speaker care for others? The whole poem that I have explained you revolves how one is presented in a society. We are part and parcel of society, so we want that we must have a good image. So, the speaker does not want to wish to be regarded as a scolding mother, as a nagging mother, as a nagging parent in the society. So, it is expected by the mother that Amanda may put a happy face, give a good impression. Question number 4 was, give a word from the passage which means same as unstable. From the passage we have to find out the word, and here the word is moody, which means unstables. So, these were the answers of your extract bit questions. Now, we come to the exercise work, the question which are given at the end of the lesson. Question number 1, how old do you think Amanda is? How do you know this? So, the question is in 2 parts. How old do you think Amanda is? We think that Amanda is a little school going girl of age 8 to 10. She is being scolded for all the things typical at this age, like nail biting, chocolate eating, bending the shoulders. For all these things, the mother is forbidding her. She is still an innocent, that she is still innocent and immature also. Her mother is trying to inculcate in her good manners. From all this, we come to know that she is a school-going girl. Question number 2, who do you think is speaking to her? Most probably, some grown-up person is speaking to her. Here we presume that her mother is speaking to her. The range of instructions which she is giving, all this show that mother is speaking. Why are stanza 2, 4, 6 given in parenthesis? I told you the meaning. Parenthesis means brackets. Why these 3 paragraphs 2, 4 and 6 they are given brackets? Here Amanda's thoughts are shown. Amanda is not giving response. She is not answering. She is listening to her mother. She is not listening to her mother nor answering her. She is lost in her own thoughts. Now come to question number 4. Who is the speaker in stanza 2, 4, 6? Do you think this speaker is listening to the speaker in stanza 1, 3, 5 and 7? So, who is the speaker in the first part? We have to give the answer. A little school-going girl named Amanda is the speaker in these stanzas 2, 4 and 6. Actually, she is not speaking. She is not answering. She is thinking only. Then part second, no, she is not listening to the speaker who is talking to her in stanza 1, 3, 5 and 7. Stanza 1, 3, 5, 7, they are spoken by the mother, but in stanza 4, 2 and 6, the girl is not answering. She is lost in thoughts. Question number 5, what could Amanda do if she were a mermaid? Mermaid, I told you, a sea fairy. Amanda wishes to be a mermaid. Why? So that she would swim in the bright green sea. She may be all alone there and freely she will swim. No one would be there to scold her, to nag her. Question number 6, is Amanda an orphan? Why does she say so? Part 1, is Amanda an orphan? No, Amanda is not an orphan. She says so. Part 2, why does she say so? She says so because she is sick of being nagged. She is sick of getting do's and do nots all the time by her mother. She longs for freedom. That is why she wishes to be an orphan. She wishes that if I am an orphan, there will be no one to guide me, to instruct me, to advise me. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? Why does she want to be Rapunzel? Yes, in one of the paragraph we did that she wants to be Rapunzel. I told you already that Rapunzel was a fairy princess and she was made to live in a high tower by a witch. She had very long golden hair, taking the help of which the witch used to pay her a visit daily. One day a prince came to meet her, taking the help of her golden hair. The witch noticed all this and she punished both of them, the prince and the fairy princess. Finally, they met after a couple of years to be united forever. Now, question arises, if Wanda wants to become Rapunzel, why? She wants to be Rapunzel because she wishes to live like her on a high tower where there is no one to disturb her. She wants an escape from the harsh realities of the life. She wants to lead a carefree life and peaceful life. However, she also makes a point in the poem that she would never let her hair down for anyone to climb to her or to disturb her. So, she wants to live all alone in world of dreams. Question number 8. What does the girl yearn for? Yearn for means desires for, longs for. What does this poem tell you about Amanda? Amanda longs for, Amanda desires for freedom, for carefree life, as we have seen in the poem that she wants to be a mermaid, she wants to be an orphan, she wants to be an Rapunzel. So, all this show us that she desires freedom. This poem tells us that she does not want to be nagged by others, she prefers a dreamy life. Now, question number 9. Read the last stanza. Do you think Amanda is sulking and is moody? No, she is not sulking, she is not angry, she is not moody even. She only wants to lead a happy and relaxed life. She wants to remain free. So, I have discussed, I have explained, rather I may say, all the answers to these 9 questions. Now, you have to write all these question answers in your notebooks. That is all for today. Pay attention towards your studies. Thank you. Have a nice day.